Hello everyone and welcome to another Bite-Sized HR. Well, it's the beginning of May and some states are opening up, PPP funds are in, and as a result, many dealers are recalling employees to work. There are a lot of things to think about as we move into our new normal. Today I want to talk a little bit about FFCRA and paid leaves. Remember that? It seems like we've all been focused on the CARES Act and PPP funds, and FFCRA has kind of been on the back burner. So FFCRA was that first legislation that passed, and its effective date was April 1st, and it remains in effect through December 31st, 2020. And I expect that as the next months progress, we will be seeing a greater need for processing the two paid leave provisions that are part of FFCRA. Now, this only applies to employers with 1 to 499 employees. So, and just to refresh your memory, there is an emergency sick pay provision and a paid emergency FMLA provision. These paid leaves are fully refundable through payroll tax credits. And one thing that is perfectly clear about these leaves is that the law does not make it easy for anyone, not the employee or the employer. So there are a few things you should double check and make sure that you have done. So first, make sure your managers understand the basics about these leaves. You do not want to have an ADA or wrongful termination claim later down the road. Make sure you have your FFCRA poster up, and it is also a very good idea to have a new policy for your handbook. Additionally, you should have special forms for employees to request the leave. Documentation is key to getting the leave refunded through the payroll tax credit. So if you haven't already done so, I also recommend creating a spreadsheet to calculate each employee's regular rate, 2/3 their regular rate with the caps for each type of leave. And as a side note, keep the Fair Labor Standards Act in mind when you're calculating, particularly for 2/3 for your hourly employees. Prepare now for the rest of the year and the possibility of processing this leave. You definitely want to see the IRS FAQs so that you can correctly calculate the credit, which, by the way, includes employer health care plan costs. And no, that's not as simple as it sounds. So I'll put the links to the FAQs from the IRS and the DOL below in the comments. And that's all for today. And as always, wishing you a happy day. Stay safe and wash your hands. Yes, still.